Hello everybody and welcome to another review. This is a review of a model I acquired about a week or so ago. Now this model I bought from a good friend of mine, James Simpson. Is anybody who is subscribed to his channel and watches his videos will recognise this model. This is 3433 City of Bath and it's now part of my collection. This model I am intending to turn into City of Truro, but that is a topic for another video. So, the model itself. Now there are a few modifications I will make. that I will point out that James has made to the model before we start the review. Firstly is the silver buffers and the bits of silver paint on here. They were not standard. James has painted those himself. Very nice job, looks very crisp and clean, especially the door handles on the smoke box there, but nevertheless they're not standard to the model. And that bit of red paint just there on the buffer beam, if you'll excuse me, sorry about my camera, just there next to the buffer beam, right next to the coupler, that was from a vac pipe. That's just a bit of glue left over. I'm going to try and remove that with a scalpel. Doesn't matter if not, because I am going to be getting some vacuum pipes to put on the model. Now the model itself is absolutely gorgeous. They were released I think around 2010, correct me if I'm wrong, but they are absolutely beautiful. Now Bachmann made this one, City of Bath, in the Great Western livery with the black frames and Great Western on the tender, and they also made City of London with the red frames and the little crest on the tender. Like City of Truro has been in both these liveries and is currently in this livery. I have to say, the first city I sort of ever came into contact with was City of London. I really like that livery, but owning this, I prefer this livery, to be honest. It looks a lot nicer. There's things like the gold just there on the front bogie and the orange lines on all of the external frames. It's a lot crisper, a lot clearer to see, and it just looks a lot nicer. As you can see, we have the nameplates there, crisply printed. I will state just quickly, this model did not come with its instructions or its original detailing. So, you know, the instructions thing is the only thing I'm really bothered about, but I am considering buying the World War I ambulance pack. If not, I can get a friend of mine who has I think 3 cities. It's either 2 or 3, so he'll have plenty of the instructions, so I can get him to send me the codes for all the spare parts, because that's all I'll really need to know. So as you can see, the name there, City of Bath. Now, all of these locomotives got their names from various places along the Great Western Network, such as Bath, London, Truro. I think there was the City of Birmingham too. I think the City of Birmingham is the one in the World War I ambulance pack. So yeah, there are little names from thereabouts. Now this is its original number, 3433, as when they were originally built they were numbered from 3433 to, I can't remember what, but 3433 was the starting number. So this is its original number. I am going to be getting City of Truro plates, but I'm not sure whether I should have City of Truro's 3717, which it is now, or 34. I think it's 3440. Yeah, that's the one, 3440. I'm not too sure yet. There's either way. 3717 would match how it is now, but it just all depends, I guess, on what I want to do with it. If we spin the model round, you can see it's a lovely angle, and the paintwork is beautiful. I love the Great Western liveries. They are very nice. If we just take a quick look in the cab, as you can see, we have some beautiful detailing in there. The big silver regulator, the little silver reverser. Sorry, I got my tongue twisted a bit. As we see there, the AWS systems. Well, it's the sort of very early where it just used a bell. Now it's more of an annoying little noise. Then we see we've got the tenders stuff's getting in the way. We've got a seat just here. We don't have one on the other side, but because the reverse is in the way. But as you can see, if I just spin her around, we've got some beautiful wooden flooring. If you'll excuse my shadow, See, we've got a little part of the footplate which doesn't quite extend. As you can see, there's an obvious height difference, which is the case with these, because these engines, cabs, as you can see, ride quite high up, whereas the tender is quite low down. This is the 3,500 gallon tender, I do believe. As you can see, it's very, very small, but you can see we've got the water scoop just tucked away underneath there, which is very, very nice. You can see the coal load, that's the original Bachmann. James did put real coal in, but I took it out just for this review, as I just wanted you to get a good idea of what you get as stock, and that was the kind of the only thing you don't get as stock. But you see, it's not bad. Doesn't really fill in the space well, but it looks realistic enough. Great Western coal was always quite big and lumpy and chunky. Excuse the little dust marks, it'd be my fault. You can see the tender printing is crisp and beautiful. There's that little crest there. Zoom in. Oh, it was a bit too far. Just let the camera refocus itself, and let's just see if we can. Forgive me if you can hear any scraping noises. I do apologise. You see, it's a Great Western Railway Company. It's absolutely beautiful, very well done, very nicely printed. You see, it's just flagged by the Great Western lettering. It's very, very beautiful model. Now, something I'm not too sure of is what the A stands for. It's always the power classification, I think. I'm not too clued up with that. I'm usually quite good with Western engines, but that's just thrown me a bit. I can't quite remember, so if anybody can comment below and just let me know, that would be very much appreciated. Now, as you can see, we've got the beautiful lashings of brass and copper, which is quite typically seen with Great Western engines. As you can see, this is actually quite shiny. As this is meant to be the bit of copper around the top of the chimney, and then the brass safety valve. Well, it's a safety valve cover. Now, if I can get this open, it is very tricky to do, and I don't want to damage any part of the model. But this is, there we are. It's very tricky, very fiddly to do. But as you can see, we've got an opening smoke box door, which this is the first ever model I've had with such a detail, and it is absolutely brilliant in there. As you can see, we've got all the steam heat pipes, the bottom of the funnel. It looks odd because you know, if this was obviously real, all this would be a lot further back. It would be sort of situated around here, but that is representing the bottom of the exhaust. And then we've got the, that name, it escapes me. I want to say blast pipe, but I have a feeling I'm going to be crucified for that. The name is on the tip of my tongue, and it's just escaped me. But as you can see, all the boiler tubes at the back. Our smoke box is a place I am quite familiar with, as I tend to be crawling in and out of them, cleaning these engines. Well, not cities, of course. You know, we're not back in the 1900s, but I tend to clean Midland engines on the Worth Valley. But as we can see, what an absolutely stunning model this is. It's absolutely gorgeous. As you can see, we've got the Swindon Works builder's plate. I believe this would have been built around 1902. I think it's 1902. It's either 1902 or 1903. Well, as the starting year when they started to build them. I know they started withdrawing them around 1927, I think it was, and they were all gone by 1931. But as we can see, silver paint from Mr. Simpson has started to disappear off the back of the buffers. It does look quite nice and realistic, but as we can see, we've got the a little builder's plate on the back. You see, and that does, if I'm correct, I think that does say, yeah, 1903, March 1903, Great Western Railway Company. So that's very, very nice. As you can see, this is the spacers on the back. For this hole here is where you would have a steam heat pipe, then the coupling, and then the vac pipe. I'm going to have to get all of those, but that's no bother. I look forward to doing that. The coupling hooks like you on the front here. This is what you sort of get from Bachmann as stock, and I'll be replacing them with a screw-link coupler, Smith's screw-link coupler. That's what I like to use, a bit more realism. They are fiddly, but they are very, very nice. And one thing that's I do like about this model, obviously is on the real thing, is this space under the boiler. The mechanism for this I do feel is quite a clever one, but the motor and everything been stored here around the firebox area, and you've just still got the space for everything there, and the beautiful cab. It's a very well done model, and both sets of driving wheels are motorised and have pickups on them, and the tender I don't believe has any pickups at all. So it's not your usual thing from Bachmann. I know for a fact because I've got the J11 and the 7F. They have pickups on their tenders, whereas the City doesn't. I think the Cities and the 7S were released in the same year. I think they were both 2010. So it seems 2010 was the year for great models, whereas now we seem to be getting just old models but re-released in the same liveries we kind of expected. I know that's not true in all ways. I know for a fact that Hornby have just blown out the water and made a whole load of brand new never ready to run made models, which is quite impressive, but to be honest, this model really just shows why I prefer steam locos from Bachmann. I have a few Hornby, but mostly are Bachmann because they are just quality, absolute good quality engines, and most of my Bachmann models are Great Western. Well, Great Western and Midland, I feel that they make the best representations of these engines. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it's probably not the best you've seen. I know it's certainly nothing quite compared to my good friend Mr. James Simpson and Callum Wilcox and so on. I know my reviews aren't always that good. I do try my best. I do try and remember everything and do my research and just sum up the model in the best light. At the end of the day, I'm not really a review channel. I don't often like to do reviews, really. They're not my kind of thing. But I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and look forward to seeing this model running on the layout. I am about to go now and film a layout update video. I've been quite a busy boy with it, with a brand new layout. So hopefully we'll see a running video when the layout's looking a bit more in shape, should we say. So thank you very much for watching. Comment below any helpful criticism or honest opinions, really, whether you like what aspects you liked, what aspects you didn't, and what you think of the model as well. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now.